John Wick, Part 4 is a 2023 American activity spine-chiller movie coordinated by Chad Stahelski and composed by Shay Hatton and Michael Finch. The spin-off of John Wick, Part 3 Parabellum, 2019, and the fourth portion in the John Wick establishment, the film stars Keanu Reeves as the title character, close by Donnie Yen, Bill Skarsgård, Lawrence Fishburne, Hiroyuki Sanada, Shamir Anderson, Spear Reddick, Rina Sawayama, Scott Adkins, Clancy Brown, and Ian McShane. In the film, John Wick decides to pursue retribution on the High Table and the people who left him for dead. As you know, movie begins in New York City. John Wick plans to get payback against the High Table while concealing underground with the Bowery Lord. He goes to Morocco and kills the senior, the person who sits over the table. Accordingly, the Marquis Vincent de Graymont, an individual from the High Table. The Marquis makes sense of that the High Table has given him limitless assets to find and kill John Wick. He chastens Winston for his inability to kill John. As discipline, the Marquis strips Winston of his obligations as chief, proclaims him excommunicado, obliterates the mainland, and executes Sharon. The Marquis then, at that point, goes to Paris and enrolls Kane, a visually impaired, resigned High Table professional killer, to kill his close buddy, John, taking steps to kill Kane's little girl in any case. John takes asylum at the Osaka mainland, show to his companion Shimazu Koji. The Marquis' second-in-order Chitty, upheld by High Table professional killers and Kane, shows up to research the lodging. Shimazu's little girl Akira, the lodging's attendant, empties the inn not long before the High Table deconsecrates it, touching off a scuffle. John battles through floods of reinforced professional killers, and a standoff with Kane is intruded on by an abundance tracker who refers to himself as Mr. No One. Mr. No One works with John's break in the wake of deciding the abundance for killing John to be deficient. Kane permits an injured Akira to escape after hesitantly killing her dad. John gets back to New York and meets with a wrathful Winston at Karen's gravesite. Winston encourages John to summon an old High Table custom to move the Marquis to a duel. Winning would free John, everything being equal, to the High Table. However, he can demand a duel for a wrongdoing family. He goes to the Berlin Central Command of the Ruska Roma criminal organization, with whom he had cut off ties, to demand readmission. His receptive sister Katia consents to his solicitation in return for John killing Killa, a High Table part who killed her dad. In spite of the fact that Killa sets up a snare at his dance club, John actually figures out how to kill him and recover his status. Winston transfers John's conventional test to the Marquis. He demands the New York mainland be remade, with him re-established as administrator, should John win. In Paris, John and the Marquis choose the boundaries of their duel, dueling guns on the accompanying dawn at Sacre-Cœur in a gathering directed by the Harbinger, the table's messenger. The Marquis chooses a hesitant Kane to battle in his place. John and Winston will be executed ought to either neglect to show up on time. The Bowery Lord shows up in Paris to give John a gun and another ballistic suit. The Marquis expects to keep John from showing up at the duel in time by putting a $26 million abundance on him. John fends off swarms of professional killers while heading to Sacre-Cœur, including Mr. No One, who arranges an abundance increment to $40 million. During their showdown, John keeps Chitty from killing Mr. No One's canine, causing a shocked Mr. No One to forsake his quest for John. After Kane and Mr. No One helps John in warding off a few professional killers, including Chitty, whom Mr. No One kills at a long flight of stairs that prompts Sacre-Cœur, they arrive at the culmination with perfect timing for the duel. John and Kane cause serious injuries to one another through 2 rounds of dueling. The third round stops when Kane seriously wounds John. Requesting the option to oversee the death blow, the Marquis enthusiastically trades places with Kane. Be that as it may, John, who had not yet discharged his third shot, shoots and kills a clueless Marquis. The Harbinger awards Kane and John their independence from the High Table, and Winston is re-established. In the wake of imploding on the flight of stairs, John reflects upon his life and marriage prior to surrendering to his wounds. In a little while, Winston and the Bowery Lord bid goodbye to John at his headstone, situated close to his late spouse Helen's.